Hey there, it's Catherine. We're really excited this week because over at Stamp Nation we started our masterclass series. So all summer long we have masterclasses brought to you by masters in the industry. This week and next week, Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft is providing a class for us. And our first videos have gone up. We have learned all about gelatos. So I was inspired to start stamping with my gelatos, and I created a fun project for you today. So I used some of the techniques that Jennifer from Faber-Castell shared with us in her video, and I kind of expand on it in this video. If you're not a member of Stamp Nation yet, now is the perfect time to join us. CatherinePooler.com/Stamp Nation to learn all the details. And with that, let's get started. So I have a pack of the Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft iridescent gelatos and a piece of watercolor paper. I'm going to be using water with my gelatos, so I thought it would be great to use my watercolor paper. I'm also adding some adhesive to the back to kind of anchor that down. I'm going to pull out a few colors. I think this blue and this teal and this reddish pink and perhaps this purpley color. I'm just going to rub them onto my cardstock. Oh, this is a beautiful red color. I don't know if I'm going to add in that blue. I'm really liking this red and this fuchsia. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Maybe add in a little orange. Oh my gosh, these colors are gorgeous. Yeah, I think I'm going with the orange, the red, the pinky. Yeah. Now this is looking a little bit messy. I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to rub this color. I want a little more coverage in here. So we'll grab this red again, put down some more color. Why not go crazy, right? Look at that gorgeous blend. All right, so I have a beautiful background just like it is. It's so pigmented, it's so beautiful. But I want to add some more fun to this. I'm going to grab my lovely Lattice background stamp. I'm just spritzing it with water. And then I'm going to lay it down on top of my watercolor paper. I'm just going to hold it for a minute. I'm going to let that water work its magic. And then I'm going to remove the stamp. And you can see the water reacted with the gelatos and removed some color, and you get a really cool background. Now you can just let this dry, or if you want to hit it with your heat tool to speed up the process, you can. Well, now that we have this amazing technique piece, what are we going to do with it? We don't want to cover it up too much, but we obviously can't just leave it as it is because that's not a complete card. So I pulled out some fun things. I used my Concentric circles die, and here's what that looks like. So this is a great layer to add. I'm going to do a sentiment on here, and then I wanted to add some flowers. So I pulled out my Perfect Reason stamp set. This was in our spring Stamp of Approval release, and it will be in our store July of 2017, so pretty quickly here we'll have it in. And I stamped a few of these flowers in Fiesta blue. I really love blue with orange, so we got the orange down here. Might put another one up here. And then I wanted a few little leaves to go with that, so I pulled out my Perfect Vine die, and this also will be in our store in July if you missed out on that Stamp of Approval. But I want these to be green, so there's many ways I can achieve that. So I want our vines or our leaves to be green, and there's several different ways I can achieve that. And for this video, we're going to do it with some gelatos. So we have iridescent gelatos, we have a really fabulous green, and this kind of bright, it's called Starburst. It's a very bright, almost kind of neonish yellow. So I'm just going to add some water to it, and then I'm going to take my leaves and I'm going to dip it into the gelatos, get some color on there, and we'll let them dry. So they will have a beautiful green color that has a little bit of iridescent in it. These are going to be great to embellish this project. I want this to be darker, so I'm going to let that dry and I'm going to do the process again. I wish you guys could see these in real life. I don't know if you can see that sparkle. They're very sparkly. So I just want them a little darker. So we're going to add some more green. This one is what color? Comet. Add a little bit more water. There we go. One of my favorite things to do with this die is make it a shaker card. So if I were going to make this a real shaker card, I would cut out a piece of acetate and put it, cut it out this, well, I wouldn't be able to cut it out with the die. I would have to just trim it with my scissors, make it fit this entire piece. So then this way we would have acetate underneath. You would be able to see through it, but it would be like a solid barrier. And then you would put sequins in here and put another piece on this side. So then all those sequins would be trapped inside. You'd be able to wiggle it, shake it around, and you'd have a shaker card. But I'm gonna do like a faux shaker card. So we're gonna make it look like a shaker card, though it really isn't. So I have all of my dimensional adhesive on the back, and I'm just going to add in some liquid glue, and then we'll add our sequins onto all of our little pieces of glue. And then when we put the layer on top, the sequins will be underneath, and it will give the look of a shaker card without really being a shaker card. Thus, faux shaker card. I have all of my sequins in place, and we'll just add this over the top. And as you can see, I forgot a greeting. So we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do here, because I obviously cannot stamp right on top of there, so we're gonna have to improvise. So I did one of my no-nos, and I stamped on the card when it was already put together, and thankfully it worked out okay. I used Tiki torch to do a couple small little flowers, and then I used Tiara to do the center, and I added the greeting. All I can say is wow, except of course I'm grateful. And that greeting came from our Still Smiling stamp set. If you are not a member of Stamp Nation, you're gonna wanna hop over and join us for this masterclass with Faber-Castell, and very shortly we'll be having a live stream with them. So you'll get to talk to the company up close and personal, ask your questions, and be in on the behind the scenes live stream. So excited for that. Thanks for being here today, guys. I will see you soon.